Oh, hilang. Okay. Okay. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, let's say good morning to keep our spirit and to start a great day today. So, good morning, everyone. We'd like to thank the World Tourism Market Committee for this opportunity, and also thank you everyone in your participating in this event. The World Tourism Market London was begun in 1980, so this year marks as the 14th year of its beginning. As we all know that the World Tourism Market 2020 is held in a bit different way because of coronavirus that hits the world recently. But I'm glad that many exhibitors and visitors are still excited to join this event. It shows that tourism is still in the heart of people and tourism is still something needed. And as we have no choice but to face this pandemic, we have to start thinking on how we would do our tourism business in the years ahead. We need to make a new roadmap and new strategies in order to recover our tourism business in this new normal era. Therefore, in this precious occasion, let us present our updates regarding our tourism sectors called Wonderful Indonesia Destination. Is as an insight and to share updated information regarding the current situation in Indonesia, as well as to reconnect the market, share our values in recovering the visit to our country after the situation to be recovered soon. As you all aware, in tourism, it is the experience you are feeling safe and comfort during the visit.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wonderful India. In an increasingly globalized, interconnected world, tourism plays an important role as in bridging cultures, promoting mutual understanding, strengthening friendship, as well as cooperation. In Indonesia, along 2019, tourism contributes to 4% of the GDP or 16.9 billion US dollars, as well as to the livelihood of 12.8 million people working in this industry. Given Indonesia's vast geography, diverse cultures, and natural riches, tourism is indeed highly potential sector to further develop. This is why in recent years, the Indonesian government has been focusing a lot of energy on improving tourism infrastructure, including ICT, accessibility, health and hygiene, enhancing digital marketing campaigns overseas, as well as revising its visa-free access policy in 2015. Ladies and gentlemen, on September 2020, to ease the regulation entering Indonesia along the pandemic, the Ministry of Law and Human Rights, Republic of Indonesia, has launched e-visa for foreigners. For further information regarding the requirements, terms, and conditions, you are pleased to visit www.visa-online.imigrasi.go.id. Ladies and gentlemen, globally, the pandemic has claimed many lives, disrupted businesses, caused massive unemployment, and changed the way we live. This is particularly true in the tourism sector, which also relies on services and creative industries. Against this new reality, however, we need to remain resilient and optimistic. Creativity and technology thus prove to be the key elements to sustain this industry. Ladies and gentlemen, in this spirit, Indonesia is again today participating in WTM London 2020. WTM London introduces global travel partners to the biggest destinations and brands in the world. As you know, WTM London already for 40 years given prize on being the hub of travel ideas. In this year, WTM London is coming to virtual event and will focus on restoring and developing business connections. This will help recover and rebuild and shape travel industry. Ladies and gentlemen, to this end, let me share with you that the Indonesian government, particularly the Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy, has launched the Indonesia Care campaign that aims to ensure that all protocols has been implemented along with the customer's journey in Indonesia. We also encourage the Indonesian sellers to keep implementing the protocols in order to put our tourist convenience to be the utmost goals. Because today's trend shows that the protocols becomes main consideration for tourists to travel to a certain destination. These are the main focus for tourist determination to travel in destination. Through our visual books, we will showcase the meaning of wonderful Indonesia. From Indonesia with love. And can't wait to welcome you to the new experiences with the protocols, the blue sky, big smile, and dozens of hospitalities surrounding you. You will find more about wonderful Indonesia at our booths, and we look forward to welcome you again in Indonesia. Thank you so much and have a great event.
Okay, outline for my presentation would be divided into 5 subtopics that are COVID-19 update in Indonesia, implementation of CSSE protocol in tourism sectors, and marketing strategy and program for tourism and creative economy. And 4th, super priorities tourism destination, and the last one is e-visa information. The first outline is COVID-19 updates in Indonesia. Situation of COVID-19 in Indonesia is quite dynamic, but the positive thing is that the number of recovered patients keep on increasing. You can see on my presentation that as per 5th November 2020, the number of confirmed positive and also the recovered and also the death. And the data shown above are taken from our official website for COVID-19 Response Acceleration Task Force. It shows that Indonesian government has taken serious actions against coronavirus, especially in order to recover tourism and creative industry. Next. Yeah, you can see the next outline. Sorry. Yeah, CSSE will, okay. The CSSE is abbreviation of Clean, Healthy, economy sectors during the new protocol would ensure safety and comfort of visitors in Indonesia. Moreover, this protocol shows that Indonesia is more than ready to welcome visitors around the world to have pleasant time during their visit to Indonesia. In order to push down the increasing number of COVID-19 confirmed number, it is necessary to apply the stages of CSSE implementation steps such as developing CSSE protocol, implementation for the implementation of CSSE protocol, publication, and the last one is socialization or training at destinations. As a government institution, Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy has successfully done all these stages in several destinations, which you can see later. Health of Republic of Indonesia has released regulation regarding protocol for public facilities and some tourism and creative economy sector, including accommodation, restaurant, transportation services, tourist attraction until MICE, and also not forgetting public facilities such as markets, shopping center, mall, and shops, train, also in and bus stations, and also religious activities. On the other hand, Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy of Republic of Indonesia has also released a communication strategy in order to support above regulation initiated by the Ministry of Health. We call it Indonesia Care or I Do Care campaign. You can see on my presentation, this is a communication strategy in promoting the health protocol, especially to implement CSSE protocols for tourism and creative economy sectors in Indonesia. Through this campaign, the ministry believe that more tourism destinations in Indonesia would implement CSSE protocol in order to adapt travel habits during the new normal era. In order to follow Minister of Health regulation mentioned above, various series of guidelines for Indonesia Care protocols have been prepared so that they can be properly applied in all of tourism and creative economy sectors. This is Indonesia Care's efforts to provide a sense of comfort for tourists, even though they are still in the middle of transition to new normal adaptation. Cleanliness, safety, and health are the top priorities of Indonesia Care, and it is hoped that it can be supported with the cooperation of all Indonesian society by taking a wise tour while complying with applicable health protocols. Minister of Tourism and Creative Economy had directly, you can see on the pictures, had directly witnessed himself in the implementation of CSSE protocol in the main destination in Indonesia, such as Bintan, which is hopefully can be open as soon as possible to welcome again the visitors. Ministers check the preparation of the CSSE protocol in all tourism facilities. Next, the implementation of CSSE also in Bali and Jakarta. We could see from the slide, we implement the protocol in tourist attraction, restaurant, hotel, shopping malls, and also public transportation. Jakarta, as the capital city, is now implementing strict CSSE protocol in every tourism sectors and public facilities, such as restaurant, hotel, shopping malls, public transportation, and also tourist attraction. Another main destination which has implemented CSSE protocol properly also in Banyuwangi in East Java province. And these are the implementation CSSE in Bintan, next, as one of the main port of entry to Indonesia. So the CSSE protocol is very important. Minister of Tourism and Creative Economy also do the socialization and simulation of CSSE in Bintan for tourism facilities such as accommodation, resorts, tourism attraction, and event venues. Minister also do the Indonesia Care campaign. The manifest of this campaign are certification and labeling of Indonesia Care to the destination which has implemented CSSE protocol properly. In this case, Bintan was the first agency to receive certification of Indonesia Care. You can see next. From the previous slide, you can see the label of Indonesia Care. Yet, Bintan has implemented CSSE protocol properly, and it's proven by its fatality rate for below 3% and considered as a green zone. This could be a real example that implementing CSSE properly could depress the spread of COVID-19, and this should be followed by other destinations in Indonesia. Last but not least, in Yogyakarta, tourism destination like Yogyakarta has also implemented the CSSC protocol in tourism attraction, and so the visitors shouldn't be worried about the health and the safety to travel. And now we are arriving to the third outline is marketing strategy. A number of strategies for international market recovery initiated by the Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy are already mentioned above. Besides the usual strategy to promote our destination through social media campaign, we also tried other methods to keep up the current situation. We understand how the industries are struggling through this long winter. We also know that people getting frustrated after quarantine for months. Therefore, we come up with a way to reach out our market as we are doing right now. With this event, we hope to share our insight about each other's situation, and maybe there will be a better yet mutual understanding. And the first strategy is through communication and campaign. Ministry used hashtag Dream Our Travel Tomorrow, and then the situation evolving. The ministry used hashtag From Indonesia with Love and also Indonesia Care or I Do Care campaign. These campaigns are one of our efforts to adapt the new normal tourism issue. This is the portrait of our Minister Wisnu Tama Kusubandyo when he was launching Indonesia Care in Jakarta on 10th of July 2020. You can see the label of Indonesia Care in our slide, and also I Do Care. Along with I Do Care campaign, we also come up another campaign with the hashtag From Indonesia with Love. We targeted the millennials, which are very familiar to social media usage. Ministry use Indonesians' most favorite social media platforms such as YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for our content publication. By using hashtag campaign From Indonesia with Love in all social media mentioned above, we hope to be able to inspire visitors to understand that their health and well-being are our utmost concern. These are the examples of hashtag From Indonesia with Love in our social media platforms and social media posting as well. Next. Okay. Next. Okay, partnership. Yeah, the next strategy is through partnership development or joint promotion program. Indonesia maintain its good cooperation with partners in order to preserve our presence in international market through inspiring contents. The third strategy is through our series. The third strategy is through our series of virtual events. We called webinar market updates. In order to keep the Indonesia position in the target market countries and also gaining insights. Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy did a number of webinars which invited the industries and stakeholders in Indonesia, our state of France. You can see on my slide, we have made or organized webinar with German market, with French market, Middle East market. The latest last week, we have also webinars with the US market. And this the documentation of webinar we held. That's the with the background of Prambanan temple, and and the webinar is attended by many many friends of us from Europe. So we move to super priority tourism destination. Under the Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy, Indonesia priority tourism destination for both domestic and smart. You can see there, and also Borobudur in Yogyakarta, in Java, Likupang in North Sulawesi, and Labuan Bajo in North Nusa Tenggara. We see also Mandalika in West Nusa Tenggara. Lake Toba is located in North Sumatra, 2 hours direct flight from Jakarta to Silangit Airport. Toba Lake is the largest natural volcanic lake in the world, which has both beautiful scenery and culture. There are several destinations that could be visited in Danau Toba, such as Samosir Island, Sigale-Gale Show, Sipiso Waterfall, etc. Besides that, Toba Lake is rich of culture. A number of festivals are annually held in Danau Toba, such as Festival Danau Toba, Samosir Music International, and Gale-Gale Carnival. Next, Buddhist temple becomes the largest Buddhist monument in the world. You can see flight from Jakarta. We have to we can go there by airplane, also by land transportation from Jakarta. And the next one is Mandalika. Mandalika should become another new Bali. Mandalika is located in West Nusa Tenggara, which is an island close to Bali. It could be reached with 2 hours direct flight from Jakarta and 30 minutes road trip from Lombok International Airport. Based on local folklore, Mandalika is named after a very beautiful princess, and now it could be seen that Mandalika has beautiful sea with the white sands. Moreover, Mandalika is also a home for Sasak people, a native ethnic of West Nusa Tenggara. It is no doubt that Mandalika would be a perfect combination of beautiful nature and culture. Another is Nusa Tenggara. Labuan Bajo serve a number beautiful island with their natural wonders. One of the most interesting spots in Labuan Bajo is Komodo National Park, where we could see Komodo dragon in a close distance. Pink Beach is also unique with its crystal clear water combined with pink super soft sands. Last but not least is Likupang in North Sulawesi. Likupang is such clear water with white sands. Likupang could be a paradise for divers because it serves a beautiful natural landscape of underwater. Those are 5 super priority destinations in Indonesia, many foreign as the island of God. In fact, Indonesia has a lot of other paradise islands that should be explored with many beautiful natural spots combined with preserved cultures. Indonesia would be the best destination for leisure and mind relaxing. Let's visit Indonesia and explore Indonesia. And the next question is how to visit Indonesia. Here is our last outline for today's event, which is e-visa information. In order to assure the safety of our tourists, we have been building cooperation in travel bubbles not actually travel corridor agreement and arrangement with several countries like ASEAN, South Korea, UAE, China, and the last one would be Singapore. This is the scope of new regulation on e-visa. This include entry procedures, regulation, and requirements, issuance and authorization. This what we write down on our slide. We got from our colleague from immigration. So this the message from our colleague from immigration, and these are new requirements to apply for e-visa based on the Article 4 to 6 of the Ministry of Law and Human Rights Regulation number 26 in the year 2020. We have some additional requirements as part of our commitment to break the chain of the spread of COVID-19. Health certificate of COVID-19 negative test result is a mandatory document to enter Indonesia during this normal era. It requires at least 3 days to complete the whole process of applying an e-visa, starting from submitting the application until you receive your electronic visa. These are the examples of our current forms of granted visa. There are visa approval issued by immigration and visa seekers by embassy and consulate. But we based on the email, that's e-visa. Okay, that's the e-visa you see from the slide, e-visa implementation. Following the Industry 4.0 as well as new normal era, we have e-form visa that will be sent through email once e-visa application is approved. It would be more efficient and safer for everyone, so no contact for the visa submission and approval. And you can, for further information regarding e-visa, please kindly visit www.visa-online.imigrasi.go.id. So yeah, we are conveying the message from our colleague from immigration that you can see, you can go to that website. So every single question you can ask to them. And finally, with a high hope to welcome you back to Indonesia, I send my best regards from Indonesia to all of you and hope that you can get the benefit from this event. Looking forward to welcoming you back again to Indonesia. Thank you. Any question? Okay. Yeah. Okay. The question is, do you have an idea when you may reopen to travels from UK? Yeah. As the information we have from the minister, sorry, I will explain to you first that we have some already made some meetings on the technical levels, and yeah, we made some discussion about when the best time for opening border and what the destination that we can offer to entry and also many things. And yeah, the important things also we have already discussed about the is how the protocols, the health protocol itself ready to receiving or to welcoming the visitors to from abroad to Indonesia. So based on that, and also we know that there is big demands from outside of Indonesia, from abroad, that they need to travel to Indonesia. We got the information from some airline. They have a reservation flying to Indonesia, but since our borders still closed, it couldn't, the visitor, the travelers couldn't come to Indonesia, couldn't visit. So yeah, we have already reported that demands to the top level of our government, and yeah, there is we believe that what we reported before is one of the consideration for our leaders when the best time to open the border. And also, so it means we need still the political decision for opening the border, but yet we don't know when it will be open, the border open. So we hope on the technical levels, we hope that the border will be open, will be open soon, because demand's already there. So we can welcoming the travelers to Indonesia. And the next question is, which market do you anticipate returning to Indonesia first in 2021? Yeah, of course, Bali is we have made some preparation in Bali to receive the travelers. For examples, we have already made some health protocol steps, and then we have already made the simulation for implementing the protocol CSSE, cleanliness, health, and health, safety, and environmental sustainability. So we have some made the preparation steps, and then we are, I'm sure that we are ready to receive the travelers from outside, the foreign nationals. And what protocols are in place for your hotels and tourism providers to ensure CSSE protocol are in place for the traveler? The first one is health CSSE protocol. Cleanliness, health, and safety, safety and environmental sustainability. For implementing this protocol, CSSE protocol, we have been doing some certification program procedures. We will issue the certificate, CSSE protocol certificate, to the hotels, to restaurant, and also tourist destination. The aim of this program is to building trust for the travelers, foreign and national. If they're coming to Indonesia, they will feel safe and trust that the hotels that they will be stayed, the restaurant, and also tourist destination are clean, safe, and then they don't want to be worried about the cleanliness. So that's the steps that we are we did before in certification. What testing policies do you have How many persons? Okay, for this virtual meeting, World Travel Market London virtual event, we received the registration of 87 shares participants. So yeah, it's quite good for us because here offline the participant about 50 industries, and also from through online we have some the rest is via online. So it's about 87 shares, and also yeah. Oh, testing policies do you have in place? Itu itu ya yang apa? PCR ya. Yeah. Sorry. What testing policies? Yeah. For the health protocol, we for the travelers who wants to come to Indonesia, they have to submit to in the online requirement is PCR negative PCR test result. So and then the result is issued not probably one day before flying to Indonesia, and if there's no test result, you cannot flying to Indonesia, and yeah, that the base the consideration for issuing the e-visa to Indonesia, because yeah, we are still our policies is to ease the spreading of COVID-19 in especially in Indonesia. So we need to anticipate if there is some travelers who will who already contact with the patient of COVID-19. And what else? Oh, yeah. Komodo Island, yeah. Now, to be frank, we have yes, pro and cons for the Jurassic Park. Some parts of our people need to build or make the Komodo Park very limited, but with the high price of ticket to enter the park. It means to ensure that the preservation of Komodo is there, but the other hand, we can get the benefit, economic benefit from the tourism foreign national tourists. And but the other hand, some of us give their insight or their aspiration to just preserve the Komodo itself without any economic proposed development in the area of Komodo Park. But yeah, I think our government will receive will see the pro and cons surrounding the development of Komodo Park, and I'm sure that our government will issue the best decision. The best decision, not only considering about the economic purposes, but also the preservation of Komodo itself. And what else? Please, could you tell us about some luxury hotel and tourism project currently? Okay, some of international luxury hotel chain in Indonesia already made some projects in surrounding of Indonesia, across Indonesia, not just in Bali, but also in Likupang, in Mandalika, in Labuan Bajo. For Labuan Bajo itself, on 2023, we will hold the G20 summit and also ASEAN summit. So for anticipating that summits, we are now developing some luxury hotels. So yeah, for the satisfaction of the summit itself. Okay. Yeah, we are now for India tourists. We have some discussion to anticipate for India tourists. We understand that there is a huge market from India who wants to travel to Indonesia. And yeah, for that purposes, we have already give an input to the foreign ministry and also to the law